You're listening to Trifecta Sound on ISO.
What up, everybody? This is G, and welcome to the Super Dope Radio Cast, the monthly radio show podcast where we nerd out about music and other things we find super dope. Today's a new location, new setup, new people, same vibes. Today is a very special Trifecta exclusive episode. So, if you are aware of who's in Trifecta, who's not in Trifecta, some of these faces might be familiar to you. On my far left, we got the homie Ron, Teflon Don. Say what up.
Yo.
Cool. To in between us, we have Marv. Say what up, Marv.
Hey, what up?
It's me. It's G here in the middle of Marv and my homie to my right, Juju. Say what up, Juju.
Hey, everybody.
All right. So we are Trifecta Sound Co. Us and a couple other beautiful faces that could not be here. But I wanted to use this episode to kind of give other people and people of ISO a little bit of who we are and what we do and just the crazy group of people that we are. So let's start with Ron. Ron, how would you describe Trifecta in one sentence? Okay, cool. So Marv, how would you?
No.
We're the strong silent types.
No, Trifecta is a mosaic of talented, creative individuals.
Ooh, big words.
Let's go.
Marv, how would you describe Trifecta as a whole?
A clown car. That's it.
Yeah.
I agree. And we have looked like a clown car before.
We are clowns.
Like an actual clown car. Juju, how do you describe Trifecta?
I describe Trifecta as a family.
Aww.
Yo, you're gonna make me start crying already, man. Yeah, for me, I describe Trifecta as like I feel like we're just like a band of misfits,
Mm-hmm.
all under the same Trifecta umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're a lot of fun, I'd like to say. Ron, how do you describe your experience? Like, how did you get into Trifecta, and like, what's your backstory of getting into the crew?
Well, keep it short.
Yeah, not too long.
Not too long.
Met Marvin, that's it.
Met Marvin. Next. He got me on a European trip in Hamburg. And we've been traveling and, yeah, I don't know. The rest is history.
Cool. Marv? Actually, no, I'm going to save you for last because you're...
Okay,
Yeah, but I'm going to save the most significant for last. Juju, what's your intro to Trifecta?
So at the time, I was doing photography, and I was like around 17 years old, and I snuck into a lounge that Ron was actually DJing at, and I also had the pleasure of meeting Marvin that same instance, and stars aligned, and Marvin was looking for a tour photographer for Trifecta out in Toronto, and offered me that gig and experience, and yeah, that was my experience with Trifecta.
Cool. Dope. I don't think I've heard that story before, so it's interesting to know everyone's backstories. For me, myself, I've known Ron since 2007.
Babies.
Yeah. Since how old were you in 2007?
Well, man,
I was 17.
I was
so.
13.
Damn. Okay, 13. So I've known Ron since he was 13.
Time.
I tell this story all the time, but it's good to put it on wax. So him and I are part of two Filipino folk dance groups. His dance group, KFE, Kumitang Folk Ensemble from Saskatoon. And mine is Folklorico Filipino Canada. Actually, where's my shirt? I just came from practice. Oh, it's over there. Folklorico Filipino Canada, FFC. Represent. So yeah, we were both part of two Filipino folk dance groups that had exchanges with each other. So we flew over there to teach your group some dances. You flew to Toronto to teach to learn more dances.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I also met Juju a couple of years later. And then just down the line, after knowing them and keeping in touch with them for so long, Ron and the rest of Trifecta came, I think, was that 2016 or a little bit before that?
Yeah.
2016. They were here for an op for
Canadian Music Week.
CMW, which it was Samurai Champs that was part of it. And then who else?
Samurai Champs was in the lineup for Canadian Music Week, and then we attached Ron and Low as part of the tour lineup for a few other dates.
Yeah. So for me, I was just there to link up with Ron and say what up, you know. And he was like, "Yo, I have all these other friends,
all these cool ass people.
I have these other
We
cool
should
ass
link.
people from the West End, from the western part of Canada,
The Midwest.
Yeah, come say what up. And I met all of you, and we. Long story short, we vibed, we clicked, and then I was initiated into
Hell
the
yeah.
gang.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's our experiences in Trifecta, but what's your experience in starting Trifecta? Like, how did it come about, and what things in terms of Trifecta's origin can you tell us
This
about?
is just like really interesting hearing your guys' takes about it, just because I think it really is something different to everybody, because everybody came in at a different time when they needed different things. Plus, like, you know, Ron, you and Julian were so young. I can't even imagine what that would have like been. Like, if me and Savan had that when we were like, I don't know, 17 or something, that probably would have like just changed the trajectory of our lives or whatever. Because looking back now, like I was saying this to Adrian from like Book Club Toronto today, man, we started Trifecta like I was 23.
Yeah. No, I thought you were 28 all this time.
He's still 20. We're all 28.
This is like what, like that's what, forever 21.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be no. It was
I was the
like,
one that was going, you're immortal.
I thought you were like in your late 20s, bro.
You're a vampire.
No,
Holy.
vampire. No, it was like actually this year. It'll be, I think, on August 14th. That'll be 10 years of Trifecta,
Wow.
because that was the very first festival, and that was like from me and Savan and our friends Reed and Casey. We just wanted to start like a music festival, and like Kevin, like Tadalgo, he was part of that very first lineup, and then it just, yeah, it kept going. I mean, I was actually pretty surprised, because that was just supposed to be a fun project for us, you know, like just the Asian creative community in Regina, but then it kept going. We kept making money somehow. At least we didn't lose money. It became like 2-day festival the next year. Got the concert series, and then it started to do all the touring stuff. And now it's like tons of stuff that I don't even really know what it is anymore.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like, it's crazy how it started just from a festival and then, you know, a group of friends starting that. And honestly, in the past 10 years, it's gotten so many people, so many opportunities and chances to travel and perform like around the world within Canada, and just seeing different parts of our country and you know, just the rest of the music community outside of Canada as well. So yeah, like I didn't even know it was 10 years, but congrats to us. Congrats to us for 10 years.
It's crazy to think 10 years. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just always remember other people that founded stuff. They would say like it takes at least 10 years for something to really, I guess like usually when you hear about something, it's actually existed for more than 10 years. And I think now that we're entering into that like first decade over era, I think maybe now is actually the time where Trifecta starts to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. But in our humble beginnings, I think one of the biggest songs, one of the first really dope songs that I heard from Trifecta was this first one here. So what I got everyone to do is to pick a couple songs within Trifecta, just so we could showcase a little bit of who we are, what we sound like, and just a little bit everyone who's both in the room and not in the room that we can take a listen to. So I wanted to play. This is Ron's choice. Ron, what's your first choice for song? It's the Vibrator one.
Oh, that's right. It's Vibrator, VBRTR. Their producer duo, Jono Lee. But yeah, this was such a this is a huge song.
Yeah.
I don't know. It like I don't know.
Honestly, when I heard this song, I was like, "Oh, they're in our crew."
Yeah.
This song's like it's too good. Like
Yeah.
it's so clean and like it's so catchy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna get into this first song. This first song, like Rod said, is Vibrator, titled "Something Good," and you're listening to it here on the Super Dope Radio Cast.
If I take one step closer, baby, will you mind? You've got me feeling so good. I need you in my life. Yeah. This could be the start of something good if we give it some time. 'Cause I've been thinking maybe we should dance the night away.
Let's go.
Let's move tonight, yeah. Let's jam. Everybody's got a story, baby. You can tell me a lie, oh. 'Cause you've got me feeling something. You've got me feeling something. You've got me feeling so good. This could be the start of something. This could be the start of something. This could be the start of something good. So good. So good. So good. Let's move, move, move. Jam. You've got me feeling so good. You've got me feeling so good. You've got me feeling so good. Move tonight, yeah. Let's jam. Girl, this could be the start of something. This could be the start of something. This could be the start of something good. If I take one step closer, baby, will you mind? You've got me feeling so good. I need you in my life. Yeah. This could be the start of something. This could be the start of something. This could be the start of something good. Girl, this could be the start of something. This could be the start of something. This could be the start of something good.
And that was Something Good by Vibrator, one of the many members of Trifecta. I have a memory of us, like one of my favorite ops of ours was probably the 2017 one. And that's when who had performances for that op, and what were we all here for?
That was the first year Julian came, right?
Yeah.
Juju's first op?
That's my
Yeah,
first op.
and then that was Samurai Champs got in, and Lo got in. It was not just like her as a supporting act; she got like
Yeah,
an
yeah,
official invite, and yeah, it just like kept building from there. So that was the first year like another Trifecta artist got in.
Yeah. Fun fact, that's where Juju got the name Juju. I think I just kept calling you Young Juju
Young
that
Juju.
whole that whole trip, and it kind of just stuck. Well, yeah. So my memory with that song and with Trifecta is it was like after all of our performances, and we were walking home from. We went from your performance at not Revival.
Yeah, that was Revival.
Your performance at Revival.
That was with Havaya.
Yeah, alongside Hawaii Mighty and a couple more artists. And then we had, did we have another one that day or no?
I don't think it was
I think
that
Lowe's
day.
was a separate day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like literally one of the greatest nights of my life. Like I'm not even kidding with you. One of the greatest nights of my life was that day, and it was just such good vibes, and like it really solidified, just like solidified why I like being around y'all, and like knowing that everyone here is super cool, and like just seeing our chemistry and how we vibe so well. Yeah, so there was a time when we were walking home we went from Revival to Drake, I believe, for the after party.
Oh man.
And then we were walking home from there, and we were just like singing like different songs and like a cappella karaokeing with each other, and then we were singing like something good. And it's just one of those feel good moments, and I feel like for me it was one of those moments where myself personally I felt like I opened up a little more, and I was able to be just a little more myself around people that I'm not as close with, but then now I'm like starting not to care.
Found your
Yeah.
tribe.
And just,
Found your peoples.
yeah,
You know.
found my peoples. I found a little more of myself that night. I feel.
Yeah.
And then we just like freestyled and sang the whole night, and it was, and I don't usually do that.
Yeah.
So it really opened me up a lot, just as a person that one night alone. So
It's funny that you bring that up, because actually that same night is when I realized deep down, I was like, man, I gotta move out here, bro.
and now you're here.
And now I'm here.
Yeah.
That was
That's
so that was
crazy.
2017.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, it was that night that
planted the seed.
planted the seed,
Yeah.
man.
So
Yeah.
now from 2017 until now 2024, like since then you've always wanted to move.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So with that being said, like what did you move here for, and what do you do now creatively or just in your own personal life?
So I moved here primarily just for the diversity amongst like creatives, crafts, and like people out in the city. I've like kind of bounced around like from province to province, and ultimately like just ended up back here. And I can say it exceeded my expectations. And like the roadmap plan that I had for myself like kind of condensed itself, like because I had like a 5-year plan, but I'm kind of doing everything that I've been wanting to do, and it's like only been 7 months. So I'm just like, I'm kind of just going with the flow of everything right now. And in terms of creativity wise, I mean,
Even like with school and anything.
With
like,
school
what
and
are you-
everything?
Like what are you doing?
Oh man, so I'm in school for culinary right now. I'm kind of just branching out from photography, discovering like and exploring new creative opportunities and outlets for me to try. Like Ron taught me how to DJ here and there, you know, and like now I'm like hosting an event on the 17th.
March 17th.
March
Juju's birthday.
17th.
Sorry,
My
not
birthday.
sorry.
No, it's
If you see this before, then come out.
It's 18th. 18th is my birthday.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's-
Let's
yeah.
celebrating a birthday weekend at Sorry Not Sorry, March 17th. Tickets are on my Instagram page and the link in the bio.
Damn, this guy's plugging away
Yeah,
already.
yo,
Away right
yo.
now. Advertisement.
I'm getting a cut of those tickets now, right? If you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
like 1,000 people to come through
I'll give
based
you a
off
cut. I'll
this,
give you a cut. Yeah.
just a couple shots.
Couple shots, yeah. But I'll plug my Instagram bio here. I don't know. if
Yeah,
it's
we'll do that
video.
at the end.
We're
Yeah,
not
we'll take
editing
this,
that
we'll
right
put that
now.
in my pocket. We'll save that for the end.
Save that for later.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I'll pull it out
I'm just
after.
using this period of time in my life as a sort of foundation into just trying different things and, you know, playing around with my outlet, whether it be one or like multiple, you know.
Mhm.
So, but
Cool.
yeah, otherwise, I'm just vibing, man.
Yeah,
I'm out here
dope.
for the vibes right now.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And then Ron, so
Yo.
what do you do? Like, yeah, give us a little spiel of what you do and how you ended up from Saskatoon to now here.
I DJ. I was like one of the primary like DJs in Saskatoon that would play hip hop or anything really current. Honestly, it's the same thing that people would play out here, and I would say like how do you say it? Like I was the one leading it in Sask, just hosting parties. And eventually I hit my cap in Sask, and I wanted more. And so the main move out here was honestly like a different pace and lifestyle. Because obviously back home you could get really comfortable and like, kind of one note type shit. And I wanted to come here more fast paced, meet new people, and like I feel like people would be more receptive to the stuff that I would play instead of back home.
Yeah.
Like people, I don't know.
And it's a smaller community at home, so you're kind of running into the same people.
Yeah.
And you're not really like here when you network, like you're always meeting different pockets of people who also know the same people. But then there's so many other people in different circles that like they're all little circles of communities that kind of all inhabit one main music scene out here.
There's like a bigger network effect.
There's a plethora.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of the same names come up, a lot of the same crews come up, but then there's so many other people outside of that. You're like, who are you? Like, I've never heard of you before, but they know you. And then now, oh, you're these people. So it's like, it's Toronto's an interesting scene, and it's nice to see that all of you have finally have made your way or are slowly making your way here, and kind of we're all just branching out and getting more out of it, and I feel like it all started with Trifecta.
No, it's very I know. It's exciting. I'm grateful to be out here. Honestly,
Sweet.
We're evolving, man.
Yeah. Marv, you explain what you do. I want to hear what you do and then what your role is in Trifecta, and just kind of speak on that a little bit.
I'm just like a brain in a jar. I guess for as long as I can remember, I've always just made songs. That was always been like the foundation, and especially now with like these new guitar songs, I always feel like you need to come back to like what's home, right? So like for Ron, I always see you come back to DJing. You go out and design something, make a video, but you always come back to DJing. I still think it's really important that any creative has that kind of home. But then obviously you just can't do one thing in our time, right? I knew it wasn't going to be enough to just be a songwriter, artist, singer kind of thing from like a small city. So I wanted to make bigger things. I'm not good at language, but I know I'm good at math, and making a music festival and booking tours is kind of more like math. So
I'm not that kind of Asian. I don't do math. I don't do math. I don't do basketball.
Basketball?
I don't do basketball.
You're Filipino.
Hey, at
Yo,
least
I'm 5'6" Filipino. I could do point guard maybe, but I'm not nice with it in basketball.
So yeah, it just felt like a natural kind of thing, I think. And I felt like if I had this issue, I couldn't grow in the place I was as an artist. I kind of thought maybe other people have this problem. So then Trifecta was kind of made to kind of help alleviate that problem, I think. I've been able to get away with it, I think, because luckily my band, like Samurai Champs, we did have a lot of opportunities to travel. Like, we went to Singapore and Germany, Europe, all over the place. So I was actually at least able to grow, even though Saskatchewan was the home base. And like coming back and forth from there to Toronto. But now is getting to the point that you can only grow so much in a small tank,
Yeah. And it's good to see that we're all growing at our own pace and in our own way, which is real cool. And it's nice to see where we started and where we are now. From my experience, I'm a recording artist, music producer, and DJ. Foundations are in hip hop and R&B, but I do a little bit of everything outside of that. And just in terms of Trifecta, like I feel like Trifecta has helped me open up both personally and creatively. I was like starting to perform around the time I met y'all, and then in letting y'all listen to my music and seeing how you all perform, it really upped my own performance game. And I just wanted to, all I ever wanted to do was try to be at your level when I'm in the crew, and at least live up to that standard performance wise. And I felt like everyone was such a strong performer and had such strong stage presence that I just wanted to be that. So that's my experience with myself and Trifecta in my own creative pathway.
Man, I feel like I really saw that. Like every single
Mm-hmm.
time we would come back to Toronto
Yeah.
and I'd see you perform, it always seemed like you got braver, more comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
more confident, like vocally. It was like really, really cool to see that growth. Like with Ron
Mm-hmm.
too. I actually remember the day. It was Thanksgiving. I think it was like 2018, and you played the Sabbath after party thing,
Yes.
and we had like a hotel room that we were just drinking at, and then I think you played Mobamba, and then you like got up on the table and you started like yelling into the
Is
mic.
this at the lot?
There was that too. You did that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was at the
At
lot.
the lot.
And then I just looked at Savan, and then we were both like, because we just remember like for the most part earlier when we were like touring together, it was sometimes hard to even get you like on the mic.
No, I don't know what came over me. Maybe it was the tequila or something.
But, well, okay, it might have
And
been
it's
that, but
probably that and just the people you were with too.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
just felt that comfortability.
Yeah.
but then it didn't end there though. I remember after that it kind of kept going, and then
Yeah.
you that's when you start to do like backing vocals for me in the band too. So yeah, just like seeing viscerally that growth.
Yeah,
this is really cool.
I mean, for me, like,
Can we input? Wait, can we input that? I have video of it of me dancing on the table.
Yeah. Send me the video and
You
we'll
actually?
play it
And we'll play it right now.
How long is the video?
It's like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yo, that was so sick. Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, I mean, just to touch more on Ron's growth. Like I've known you since you were, small, and like I've seen that in myself too. But like, we were both much quieter people, and then just as the years grew and we grew and we grew with people who were like-minded to us,
Yeah.
it really helped us open up and be more out of the background and more into the forefront. So I have seen that in you a lot, which is really dope.
I'm proud of you, man.
I'm
We should
proud of
be-
you. I'm
we
proud
should-
of us.
We should be
Look at
proud
us.
of ourselves, honestly. you
Look at
know?
us.
Look at
Look
us.
at
Like,
us.
look where
I'm
we
gonna
at.
cry.
We're-
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. My goal is to get one of us to cry before the end of this podcast, radio cast. But yeah, so just to touch on the point of what Marv was saying, I want to get into some performance stuff and some op stories in a bit. But yeah, Marv was saying how we started as a small circle, and then we branched out and got to bring out more people and get people on board with us throughout the years. So let's run this song. Oh, hold up. The effect is on. So this song kind of blends, it's someone from the older generation trifecta, and then now someone in the newer generation of trifecta. It's Bleeding. So do you want to just speak on this very briefly before we turn on?
Yeah. So Xochi joined Trifecta, I think most recently, earlier last year. She's a Nigerian Afro artist. I think she's one of the coolest things to come out of Saskatchewan, honestly. And I did this song with her. She was kind of like stuck in something. And then I was like, oh, I have this beat from Kato. Maybe we can do something together.
Oh, it's a Kato on the track?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's even cooler.
Yeah. So I'm on the hook and she's on the verses. This is Bleeding by Xochi.
Dope. All right. Like Marv said, this next song is Bleeding, Xochi, featuring Merv Gotti. And with Ticket Kato on the track, bitch.
I couldn't feel for you. I still would've stayed if you wanted me to.
Looks like I got cut from love. Looks like nobody got trust for love. This night I'm gonna smoke some more. This time my body gon' sex to love. Somebody tell that girl I'd rather be with her. I don't want her love no more. I don't want to run.
But I rushed with you. I did everything that you wanted me to. I couldn't feel for you. I still would've stayed if you wanted me to. Slow down, she said, will you get out of my head? Calm down, I'm breathing. For now, I'm feeling like I'm better off dead. Torn down, I'm bleeding.
I did my best, I hit the lies. I must digress, this in love.
And once again, that was Bleeding by Zochi featuring Merv Gotti and Kato on the track. So earlier we were talking about just our stage presence and how it's grown within Trifecta, just as our own individual artistry. For me, and maybe for you, I feel like a lot of the way that I perform now is kind of either directly or indirectly from watching Marv, because like just all the crazy stage antics you do, it's honestly made me a better performer, because anytime I go on stage now, the first thing I do, well, mind you, I was doing this in FFC when I was performing, or still do, but whenever I perform with FFC, we're always looking at the stage and trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to position all of our dancers? What are we going to do to make use of this either really big stage, really small stage, this stage with like a weird dip in it or stuff like that. We're always looking at how we can finesse the stage to our advantage. So I think for me, it started with FFC and watching us do that, because there were times where we would perform at Folk Fest and there was a dance that I used to do where I would jump through my homie's legs, but from the top of the stage and land at the bottom of the floor. Okay. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You were so young back in the day. But yeah, so my humble beginnings of being a stage performer, you know, it started growing around then. And in just seeing the crazy shit that Marvin does on every performance, I've kind of started to implement that, but in my own little way. So whenever I go to performances now, I'm always, first thing I'll do, I'll go in, look at the stage, be like, what can I stand on that's not the stage? What can I hang off of that's that will make me stand out and make it more interesting, at least for me, because I don't want to just stand there in the middle of the stage for 10, 15 minutes and do nothing. I want to make it memorable. I want to interact with different people in different parts of the crowd, and I want to make it so everyone remembers me in this sea of people who are performing. Do you feel that Marvin and just the way that he performs has affected you as a in your stage presence?
I feel like just looking at Marvin's like style of performing, it's so like fearless and like risk taking. No, maybe not risk taking, but like, you know, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, we're not allowed to swear. No, no, we are. Yeah.
But no, I kind of like, whenever I do like DJ a night, or not to say that like it's similar. What am I trying to say? Like style, but like I kind of go into it where like, okay, I could try something different, and I don't know, something to throw people off. Yeah. And like make them like be like, oh shit, like
and in hearing the story that Marv was saying, like it sounds like you are already starting to do that, and like, and look, it made a mark on Marvin's experience of that night, and probably your experience. Like I've had a couple nights where like I'll play a song and I'll really feel it and get into, you know, a headspace like that.
Yeah. No, I feel like once I'm in my groove and I'm like locked in, like then everything just flows perfectly.
Yeah, you get into that like you get into a flow state creatively, where you're just locked into whatever you're doing and nothing else matters.
Just when I like think to like doubt myself, but I find like a pocket, and then like it just I just say it, like muscle memory just like kicks in, and you're
I feel you.
Still got it.
Yeah. So if you've never seen Marvin or Samurai Champs perform, you should. My description of what Marv does is just like, I don't know. He just does a lot of crazy shit. Whether it's swinging the microphone around,
kicking, doing roundhouse kicks,
doing martial arts, picking shit up and throwing it,
drinking water and spitting out.
Is there anything else I've missed that Marvin does that we can think
It
of?
feels like a roast.
Yeah.
It's not even a roast. It's like a positive roast. Like, he does all this crazy shit, but it's so
He'll
cool.
stand on a kick drum and
Yeah.
jump off.
It's for me. It's like anytime I see you, I'm like, yo, that's so fucking cool. But what do the stagehands think? Like, I feel like they're gonna be like, yo,
They're
stop
like,
that.
oh my
the
god,
fuck
my
out that.
$300 mic.
Yeah, I remember one time it was like the very last thing on tour. It was an after party in Liverpool, and like Savan was
Liverpool.
trying really, really hard to get us the fuck out of there, because I didn't really notice, but it was like a big wall, and then there was a balcony, and I like used the drums to climb up the wall and on the balcony, and then I jumped back onto the drums, and it crushed the drums, and then
Oh my god.
like, you know, like when you're locked in, you're locked in. So it wasn't over. I went to the front wedge, like the monitor,
Mark blacked out.
and then I did black out. I crushed the grail. And then by the time it was over, it was sweet because there was like a writer from Gigwise there, and he wrote this article about, and he like, it was just that, you know, when you become, I guess, like in flow and your most natural state, it actually doesn't matter if you're fearless or not, but it's like you become fearless for yourself. You're not even thinking about it. And I think people resonate with that because it's so instinctual. This guy wrote an article about, I didn't do half the things in the article. He wrote about like me doing flips. I've never done a backflip. But then I remember like getting messages from people at home, like in Saskatchewan, from the punk scene, and they were like, oh, music just needs this right now. But then also at the end of that show, Savannah was like, Marv, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yo, they're starting to charge us for everything. It says you set someone on fire. What?
Oh,
That's nuts, man. Juju, do you have any, in the times that you've seen Marvin perform, do you have any, do you have one favorite antic that he's done?
Man, this motherfucker swung the microphone like he was that girl from Kill Bill with a ball.
That's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. As long as you don't hit the map. you're
Crazy,
good.
bro.
Yeah, that's like I think that's like one of your main moves.
with time though, I mean, I know it's just because before art I grew up doing martial arts, right? So a lot of the moves are actually inspired from that, but I've definitely brought it back. It's a lot more chill. It's like I just play a guitar, I stay still, and it's like imitation of life, you know, you expand and then you contract.
I need to see you like play your chill guitar stuff, but also do some crazy old Marv shit. Like swing the mic, or like just start stomping on shit.
Marv, you play God of War? Are you familiar with God of War?
Yeah,
Bro, you went from like young Kratos to old Kratos. That's the best comparison, bro.
Oh, that's
You
a
just
really
you just got to grow the beard out.
Yeah.
Ron, do you have any favorite Marvin performance antic that you can think of?
I think this was when we were in Singapore, and we were performing a song. I don't know which one, but at one point Marvin, grabs like a water bottle, drinks a bit of it, just like spits like like a wrestler, and gets it all over my controller, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wipe this off my laptop.
I just remember looking back and I was like, sorry, Ron. And I just see him like,
Like, oh my god, my laptop.
yeah, obviously I had to stop doing that after COVID.
Yeah. My favorite antic, I think it was at my album release party for the Avatar EP.
Mm-hmm.
The Avatar EP on all streaming platforms out now.
Ding.
So that was 2018. I held that album release party. I got a bunch of the homies to perform, including Samurai Champs. So I had booked the venue. I did the whole shebang. So everything was under my name. And then I forgot what song it was, but there was a point where you grabbed a full mic stand,
Oh my god.
picked it up like a spear in the middle of the stage, and threw it across. And
Oh my
I remember it
God.
hitting the wall.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh shit, man. Like, I hope no one from the venue saw that. But I mean, I wasn't worried at the time. It was more like it's like, when you see something but you can't, like, you're like numb to it because it's just such a wow factor thing. That's what it felt like with me, because I just saw him pick it up and then just into the wall. And I was like, oh damn, that's okay. And I think in the same performance, might have been the same performance, you either hung on one of the monitors or picked the monitor up off the ground and was like doing one of those.
Oh, I remember this one.
He's doing the Travis Scott,
Yeah. Yeah, so it was one of those.
Doodle Bob.
Yeah, so Marv is he's a crazy man. He's a crazy man. This next song is his song Jiu-Jitsu. Just to give you an idea of how much of a crazy man he is. Yeah, let's take a listen.
Can you light up my cigarette? I'm too stressed out today. Will I die all filled with regret? I'll think about that today. Pack my car and guitar, sing along to day you are in jiu-jitsu. Wake up late, roller skate, stay with Tim in Silver Lake and jiu-jitsu. Am I greedy cause I want more? I know there's no life better than yours. I ride with Kevin, I'm at the store. Baby knows best to love yours. Pack my car and guitar, sing along to day you are in jiu-jitsu. Wake up late, roller skate, stay with Tim in Silver Lake and jiu-jitsu. I'll sing along to someone new, but today I'm not in the mood. But tomorrow I'll come and roll and get over you. I'm a ticking time bomb, turn that shit into a song in jiu-jitsu. Wake up late, roller skate, stay with Tim in CLA and jiu-jitsu. Camp alone, throw my phone, stay with Ronnie's home alone in jiu-jitsu. Take you out on a date and realize I fucking hate jiu-jitsu.
And once again, that was Jiu-Jitsu by Merv Gotti, who just released, well, this song you released not recently, but you did release the music video recently.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This song's only like less than a year old. It was released at the end of February last year, but this is the main single from the EP, the 6-song EP that I'm releasing on March 1st, which will probably be out by the time this is out. Yeah. And the video is done by Luke. Luke's another artist in Trifecta, Luke Elliott. He's also the drummer for Samurai Champs. We went to LA together, and he just like made this video. And Walt, he did a wonderful, like, obviously it's different than the Samurai Champs stuff, right? It's so much more minimal. We got to really be delicate with the sonics. So like
No
Walt,
jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't do any jiu-jitsu in the jiu-jitsu
Yeah, what the hell,
music
man?
video.
No. I think that was like Luke's original concept, but it was like so pretty that we didn't really
Oh man, you would have been
need it.
sick if you were in a like jiu-jitsu studio and you're just like casually
Singing while
a song.
everyone's like
You're-
rolling.
You're like like arm choking or like head
Like just
neck
like
choking somebody.
playing while there's like
Yeah.
violence
Yeah.
being conducted. I mean, that was like Luke's original idea, but this worked out anyway. But the only reason the Sonics worked is because like Walt, who used to play with Low and that was there at CMW and like Breakout West all the time, he's really honed in on the Sonics of that.
Yeah. Shout out to Luke for the video
Shout out
and
Luke.
everything he does in Trifecta. Shout
Shout
out to
out
Walt. Both really cool dudes. I think I've only hung out with them like maybe once or twice in the span of the years that I've been in Trifecta.
Great people.
But yeah, like everyone, it's really dope how everyone kind of specializes in one thing, but also does like 5 other things, and they're all just like really good at it, you know?
Yeah.
And how people just evolved and and we're not all like, we don't have the same sound, we don't have the same vibe, but we all still vibe together. Does anyone have any antics in general, or like favorite op moments that you have in the times that we've done on ops, whether in this city or outside? Like, what's your favorite trifecta moment that you could think of? From me, I'll start. For me, so it's funny how Marv calls us a clown car, because there was a time where we actually became a clown car. It was an op here in Toronto. I forgot where we were going, but then we were like messaging each other in our group chat and stuff. We're like, hey, we need to pick, like, G, can you pick up like these 4 people? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. It's fine. My car is a 5-seater. It's traditionally a 5-seater.
8-seater.
Yeah. It's traditionally a 5-seater. So I was like, okay, we got to pick up 3 more people, 4 more people. Fine. Or what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say we had to pick up 4. I had to fit 4 in the car. And then someone else, and then I think I realized someone else was there with them, so we had to make it 5 people in the car. And then we had to pick up someone else, so we had to squish 4 people in the back and 2 in the front. And this was like when we had to fit the last couple people in the car. This was in the middle of like University and like Queen or something. So like busy intersection in Toronto. And then I pulled up, and there's already like 5 people in the car. And I pulled up, and there's 2 more people we got to pick up that were on the street. And I was like, I don't know how we're gonna fit everyone in here. And I was like, fuck it, just come in. So we hopped like 5 people in the back, 2 people in the front, and had to drive us somewhere.
Oh my God, 2 people in the front?
No, well.
I thought somebody was sitting on
me,
on the passenger, like
someone
2 people on the passenger side.
Yeah. It was a very short distance that we had to drive, but just having to jam so many people, like all of trifecta. That wasn't even all of trifecta.
Trunk.
No, we didn't put any in the trunk. But just having to like imitate art or imitate life. Like we actually made ourselves a clown car and had to fit 7 people in one car. That was one of my favorite funny moments of trifecta. Juju, I think you had one.
Yeah, but I don't think my recollection of fun times is podcast friendly. So
okay,
well,
make it podcast friendly and make it so that everyone watching
was
this.
Was it when you took G's car and went to Markham? And then you came back and you made
I'm gonna bleep all of that. Yeah, I'm gonna bleep all of that.
You're gonna bleep all of that. But actually, you're gonna bleep this too.
Wait, before, yeah. I don't want to have to put a lot of extra work, so I don't want to have to cut this out.
Please.
So make it make it radio friendly.
Man.
Quick and easy, please.
Yeah, remember we're representing trifecta.
brother.
Yeah. Like those girls.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah. Pick
Yeah,
a
with
PG
everything.
memory.
Yeah, like after cutting all of that. Yeah, I'd have to agree with G. I'd say the clown car adventures were definitely the fun antics, or like when everyone would be kind of like doing their own thing. Like Marv, you'd be like in a meeting, or like everyone would kind of be like just doing something, and I could just kind of like wander around the city or like take along with like everybody, but like individually, and it's just like I'm like peeking into these aspects of your life. Like I'm like a little bit of a journalist, and I'm like mentally documenting it. I should have been filming, honestly. That would have been sick, but yeah,
it's nice
fun.
being able to kind of do our own thing and then group up later on. One thing I remember about our ops is like a lot of the times where at the end of the day we're all finally done with everything, our performances and stuff, and then we could just hang and do our own thing. Marv is always the one who's like, yo, I gotta sleep early because I gotta do more shit in the morning. But that just reminds me of like it gives me like 300 like Leonidas vibes, because you're like, you're watching the whole army, and we're all celebrating our victories and stuff like that, but you're just very like stoic and you've always had that like leadership energy, which is really what we need to kind of keep us all in check and make sure everything is like the boat is still afloat. So I've always really appreciated that of you. But I and you can also have fun as well, but you always still have that, like, that leadership mentality at all times, which is real cool.
Period.
On period.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, I'm gonna have to go for like the earliest, like the first memory of when you took me to Hamburg, Germany, and I was 18 at the time, and that was my first time in Europe. We did the Reeperbahn Festival, and we were just surrounded by so many talented artists and watching so many talented DJs on our off time. And yeah, I don't know, it was sweet. It's so much fun, like exploring the world with you, Savan. And yeah, that was core memory for sure.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think the part that I like the most. So my little brother, a third time, he would come on tour sometimes. He's a photographer too.
Shout out, baby.
Shout out, baby.
Shout out, baby.
And he would always notice. He's like, I don't know if you know how to have fun, but I see the most fun you have is when you watch other people have fun. And yeah, on those ops, I was just focused. I think I was just so focused on like making sure the op went.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is like a typical thing, like in J. Cole's like Homecoming documentary, he talks about like he really wants to enjoy the tours now because every tour before was just thinking of the next one. So to me, honestly, like the funnest parts were like, yeah, I guess seeing you guys, but then hearing this kind of stuff. But also, I think I got something out of it in a different way because the guitar songs are kind of all about the ops.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Soju is about when he went to Singapore. Krispy Kreme is about all those times with the Krispy Kremes. in
Seattle.
Toronto.
Shout out Krispy Kreme.
Seattle. Yeah.
Sponsor us. Trifecta. One time we bought 100 donuts. So
Yeah, so I know like it's sweet. You guys got beautiful memories, but I feel like I got all my songs for guitar songs from all those things.
yeah, you remind me of my cousin Brandon because like when we were younger, he had all the consoles, but he just liked watching me play all his games. And I'm like, why don't you play with me? Like, he's like, no, I just want to watch you. I was like, the fuck? I need like a second. Well, whatever. Okay. So yeah, it just sounds like something Brandon would do. Shout out to Brandon. Come back home from
Shout out
Japan.
Brandon.
Yeah. So let's circle back to Luke, and we'll run one of his songs. You want to just talk about?
This is actually one of my favorite songs that anyone in Trifecta has ever made. It's called Hit for the Cycle. It was just, about a really, really real kind of experience that Luke had growing up. And yeah, he's one of the most beautiful songwriters and artists I know. And I'm really stoked that even Samurai gets to, this is him singing, this is his song, but in Samurai Champs, he's the drummer, but I'll sing this song and he'll drum for it, which is a pretty special one. But yeah, this is Hit for the Cycle.
I'm like no one.
Shout out to Luke Elliott for this one.
I'm like no one, so
And this is a song,
fade away.
Hit for the Cycle.
I fade, I fade, I fade, I fade away. When I get stoned, when I get stoned, I just fade away. I fade, I fade, I fade, I fade away. When I was young, it felt like this. Grab a smoke inside my chest. It strung me up and brought me down. Don't hit the ground, don't hit
once again, that was Hit for the Cycle from Luke Elliott, another member of Trifecta. Time's running out. I wish we were able to play a whole bunch of stuff from everyone. Oh, I didn't even get to play my stuff. Yo, we're going to play my stuff. No,
Hey.
I'm joking. Yeah, no time. But yeah, that's just a little taste of what a couple of us in the group sound like, and it's a little taste of who we are as people and creatives. One thing I really appreciate, or like one thing that really makes me like a group or an artist is really just seeing who they are as people. Like when it comes to Odd Future, like I wasn't really into their music until I started watching them do like all their YouTube stuff and just be funny on social media and all that, which is what really made me appreciate them. And then I started catching on to their music. So what I really want to hope is, like, in doing more of the Super Dope Radio Cast and doing this one today, just to everyone gets a little glimpse of who we are. And if they really like who you are, then they'll be like, you know, he makes music or she makes music. I wanna listen to what their music is. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to get out of this. We got a couple minutes left. Anyone have any final remarks in terms of Trifecta? Anything you want to say? Just in general before we get into our final outros.
Happy birthday, Marvin.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday,
Happy
Marvin.
birthday, Marv.
Fearless leader.
That's why we've been
His birthday today.
We've been gassing him up for the past 55 minutes.
Yeah, this is the Marvin episode.
Yeah,
about
pretty much.
Trifecta. Yeah, happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys.
We going for food after this, Sugo.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Oh, you
one
first.
final thing?
Okay.
No.
I actually just wanted to express my thanks to all three of you here.
You're trying to make us cry, aren't you?
I am trying to make you guys cry, but without the three of you here, I feel like I wouldn't know where I'd be, and all three of you helped lay out a foundation for the person I am today.
Hell yeah.
So
I feel like
thank
we
you
all,
guys.
yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you, man.
I feel like we all kind of did that for each other in our own little ways. And that's how it is in Trifecta. That's how we run. That's who we are as people. And yeah, if you want to hear more of our music, you can. Juju, anything you want to plug real quick? We got
Yeah, so
very
once
quickly.
again, March 17th, save the date, 10:30 p.m. Me
Yeah.
and my friends, my coworkers, my friends, we're throwing a birthday party.
Birthday party,
get
Marvin.
there.
You got anything to plug? We got a couple seconds. Marvin got an EP coming out, guitar songs.
Yeah, it'll probably be out by the time this is out, but guitar songs, I'm Merv XX Gotti on Spotify, Instagram, everything. And if you're at South by in Austin, I'll be there all week.
Yeah.